example 6, we are going to verify inverse functions, kind of like we did in number 5, except for we have an application problem talking about volume of a cylinder. With 5 inches height, our volume is 5 pi r squared, and our radius is the square root of v over 5 pi. And we want to see if these two are inverse to one another. So normally we plug one function v of r, so we plug in r into v equation, right? And that should normally just get me x. But because I'm plugging in r, my variable when I plug that in is going to be v. So I'm actually going to get a v out. I need to get a v out. Normally it would just be an x, but since our variable is v, I want to get v out. And then on the second one, when I plug r of v, so when I plug v into r, then on this one, normally if it's a variable x, I would get an x out, right? So if it was x, I would get x out. But because when I plug v in, going backwards, when I take this one, plug v into v, my variable is going to be r. So this one, my variable's r, so that means I should get an r out. So if that's the case on these two, then it's going to be inverse functions, okay? So we're going to plug in r into v. So we start with outside v, which is 5 pi r squared. And instead of r, we're going to put a parenthesis, because that's what we're going to put in here, what r is. R is the square root of v over 5 pi. Now, because this is division right here, right, division and multiplication, we can go ahead and distribute this squared, right? So these squared and square root are going to cancel out because it's division. If it was adding or subtracting, we couldn't, like example number 5, the second part. Okay, so those are going to cancel, so we get 5 pi times v over 5 pi. So 5 pi will cancel out, and we just get v, so that's what we wanted, so that worked out. Now we got to check this other one. So this one we start on the outside, which is 5, or r. So r is square root of v, so v I'm going to put in parentheses, and then 5 pi. And then I want to plug in what v is. V is 5 pi r squared, so 5 pi r squared. So here I can simplify the inside. There's nothing in front of the parentheses, so I can just take down those parentheses. Okay, take those out. So I can cancel 5 pi over 5 pi, so I get square root of r squared, and now I can cancel out the squared and square root, so I just get r left, and that's what I want. My variable, and I get my variable out. Start with my variable, I get my variable out. So those are inverse functions.